Hello again, and welcome to Harrah's Hoosier Park Racing and Casino. I'm Emily Gaskin, back to bring you the 2022 Dan Patch Divisional Winners announcement. Today, we will be announcing the 6 pacing winners. And again, live from Harrah's Hoosier Park, right here at Harrah's Hoosier Park. Want to welcome you to this announcement. Yesterday, we announced the trotters, the 6 trotting divisional winners. And as I said, today we will be announcing the 6 pacing award winners. And as a reminder, the 2023 Dan Patch Awards Banquet presented by Caesars Entertainment, which will honor the best of both harness racing, human and equine, is where we will announce the Horse of the Year, the Harriman Harness Horse of the Year, Trotter of the Year, and Pacer of the Year will all be announced at that banquet. And again, that's going to be on Sunday, February 19th. That's going to be at the Rosen Shingle Creek down in Orlando, Florida. It's a great time. I encourage you to get down there. You can get your reservations, room reservations for that star-studded weekend on the more information on the Schwa website. That's usharnessriders.com. So you can hop on that website. There will also be more information about the rooms and the entire banquet following a press release as well. So you can, wherever you receive your harness racing news, more information will be made available there. But we do encourage you to come down and celebrate with us. It's always a great time to get together, talk about all things harness racing, and of course, celebrate those champions that we saw throughout the 2022 season. As I said, today we will be announcing the 6 pacing winners. And this year, the Pacers did not disappoint. They were all in the headlines from time to time, but there was one certainly atop those headlines, and that, of course, being Bulldog Hanover. The Bulldog, as he was so commonly referred to, or affectionately referred to, actually has already been named the Proximity Award winner, the highest award voted on solely by the United States Harness Riders Association. That's the Stan Bergstein Proximity Award, and the Superstar Pacer Bulldog Hanover was awarded that a little earlier in the week. And he actually is only the 3rd horse to win the award, following Rambling Willie in 1984 and foiled again in 2008. And I think that kind of sums up the season for Bulldog Hanover. Of course, just what a monumental season that he had throughout the 2022 year. And as I said, there were other Pacers as well that certainly stole the spotlight. It was great to see from start to finish. I want to congratulate everyone that had success throughout the 2022 season. And of course, looking forward to seeing many of those champions back in action in 2023. Unfortunately, Bulldog Hanover, not one of those, but of course looking forward to seeing his babies grace the racetrack in years to come. So without further ado, we'll jump right into it. As I said, we are announcing the Pacers today, so we've got 6 of them, and we'll kick things off with the 2-year-old filly Pacers. 2-year-old filly Pace, we'd like to congratulate the connections of Sylvia Hanover. Congratulations to the connections of Sylvia Hanover. Owner Hudson Standardbred Stable Incorporated, trainer Sean Stacy, breeder Hanover Shoe Farms Incorporated. And Sylvia Hanover, when she crossed the finish line in front, she provided her owners Hudson Standardbred Stables and trainer Sean Stacy with their first Breeders' Crown victory. Driver Bob McClure collected his first Breeders' Crown in this division as well. The only occasion the filly failed to visit the winner's circle in 9 starts was when she started from the 2nd tier and still managed to finish 2nd. Sylvia Hanover became only the 4th filly in the history of the sport since the race's inception in 2000 to have won the She's a Great Lady and the Breeders' Crown in the same year. JK She's a Lady 2014, You Are My Candy Girl, and Nikki Hill in 2021. The daughter of Always Be Mickey is out of Shiaway. She won the When You Wish Upon a Star, an internal Cam Nation division, and a Champlain division. Bred by Hanover Shoe Farms, Sylvia Hanover collected $675,000 in purse for the highest in her division and 2nd highest for all freshmen. Again, we'd like to congratulate the connections of Sylvia Hanover. Moving on to the 2-year-old colt and gelding Pacers, we'd like to congratulate the connections of Stockade Sealster. Stockade Sealster is owned by Sally McDonald and Paul McDonald. He's trained by Dr. Ian Moore, and he was bred by Sealster Farms. Stockade Silser reeled off 6 straight wins to begin his career before finishing third in his Metro Pace elimination. The colt, however, rebounded with a triumph in the final. He swept the Ontario Sire Stakes Gold Series with a 150-1 performance in the $225,000 Super Final prior to finishing fourth in the Breeders' Crown. Stockade Silser is by 2015 Dan Patch Award winner State Treasurer and is out of Soiree Silser. He is trained by Dr. Ian Moore, owned by Paul and Sally MacDonald, who did the same for his sire. Bred by Silser Farms, the colt's regular pilot was Jody Jameson. Stockade Silser banked $686,268 with 8 wins and 11 starts and earned more many than any other 2-year-old in 2022. We'd like to congratulate the connections of Stockade Silser. We'll move on to the 3-year-old filly pacing division, and we'd like to congratulate the 2022 3-year-old filly pacer of the year, Treacherous Dragon. Owners Hot Lead Farm LLC, trainer Brett Pelling and Nancy Tactor, and the breeder was White Birch Farm. Treacherous Dragon followed in her prolific Dam's Hoofprints with a score in the Breeders' Crown for sophomore filly pacers. The daughter of My Little Dragon, one of only 3 pacers to capture the Breeders' Crowns, 3 Breeders' Crowns, accomplished what the 2-time Dan Patch Award winner did not. She won a Dan Patch Award as a 3-year-old. Bred by White Birch Farms, the filly was destined to be harness racing royalty. Sired by 2-time Pacer of the Year and Hall of Fame member Captain Treacherous Dragon had some huge shoes to fill, and she proved up to the task in 2022. Treacherous Dragon demonstrated promise as a 2-year-old under the care of Brett Pelling, earning just under $300,000, and she commenced her 2022 campaign with 6 straight wins, including the Fan Hanover, prior to being transferred to the 2020 Trainer of the Year Nancy Tactor Shedrow in June of the same year. The filly came roaring back with a triumph in the Jugette, employed the same late pace tactics to best last year's Dan Patch Award winner Nikki Hill in the very final strides. Owned by Hot Lead Farm, Treacherous Dragon was steered by Hall of Famer and 4-time Driver of the Year Tim Tetrick, 4-time Driver of the Year Dexter Dunn, and 2012 Rising Star Scott Zeron, the youngest driver to capture a trotting Triple Crown. Treacherous Dragon won at 9 of 15 starts, earning $717,000 this year, and led all 3-year-old filly pacers, and her Breeders' Crown victory vaulted her over the $1 million mark. We'd like to congratulate the connections of Treacherous Dragon. Now moving on to a 2022 3-year-old colt and gelding pacer. And voting was tight for the 3-year-old colt and gelding pacer. And we'd like to congratulate the connections of Pebble Beach. Pebble Beach is your 2022 3-year-old colt and gelding pacer of the year. He's owned by Patricia Stable, Joe Sabracco, Country Club Acres, and LA Express Fodera Deo Valente. Trainer Noel Daly, breeder Brittany Farms, LLC. Pebble Beach was one of the most talented freshmen in his division last year and picked up right where he left off as a sophomore. In 2022, the colt won a division of the Sun Beach Somewhere, the Pepsi North America Cup, the Tattersall's Pace, and the Breeders' Crown. He captured the crown by 4.5 lengths and a lifetime best of 148-1. He also won an elimination for the Adios and was 3rd in the final. He was 2nd in the Kentucky Championship Series. The colt's victory in the North America Cup was the first for his trainer, Noel Daly, and his driver, Todd McCarthy, who was a Rising Star winner last year. The son of Down by the Seaside is out of the mare Santa Rosa and was bred by Brittany Farms. Pebble Beach is owned by Patricia Stable, Joe Sabracco, Country Club Acres, and LA Express Fodera Deo Valente. The colt won 10 of 18 starts this year and banked more than $1.3 million to lead all sophomore pacers. We'd like to congratulate the connections of Pebble Beach. And now with the 2- and 3-year-olds under our belt, we'll move on to the older divisions. We'll go on to the older mare pacers, and I'm not going to get tripped up today. I worked on that all night. Older mare pacer, we'd like to congratulate the connections of Test of Faith. Congratulations to owners Melvin Siegel, Kentuckiana Racing, and Eddie Grand. Trainer Brett Pelling and breeder Frederick Hartrick III. The defending horse of the year, Test of Faith, is only the 4th 3-year-old filly pacer to garner that honor, joining Hall of Famers Rainbow Blue, Bunny Lake, and Fan Hanover. Tessa Faith illustrated why she is her fourth Dan Patch Award winner with another scintillating season. Tessa Faith was victorious in the Roses Are Red, Graduate Series Final, the Dorothy Houghton Memorial, the Cleopatra, the Milton, the Dayton Distaff Derby, and the Alleridge Farms this year. She only finished off the board once in 19 starts, winning 11 of those trips to the gate. In 44 career starts, it was only the only occasion the mare failed to finish in the top three. Bested by just ahead in the Breeders' Crown, Tessa Faith gained esteem even in defeat, as she never went down without a fight. 3 of her 6 second-place finishes were by a head, and one of those with a 24-2 final quarter in the third leg of the Graduate Series. The mare is owned by Mel Siegel, Kentuckiana Farms, and Eddie Grand. She was trained by former Trainer of the Year Brett Pelling, with 3-time Driver of the Year and Hall of Famer David Miller at the controls. Tessa Faith is out of the Cairns Card Shark mare, Kane Cami, who earned more than $500,000 during her racing career and has produced 3 horses to earn more than $100,000 from 5 foals to race. The world champion mare amassed $820,000 in 2022, which led to all owning pacer mares, and was behind only male pacers Bulldog Hanover and Tattoo Artist for both pacing genders. Miller said prior to the Breeders' Crown, Tessa Faith is one of the best pacing mares he has ever sat behind. We'd like to congratulate the connections of the 2022 older mare pacer, Tessa Faith. And that leaves just one left, and I don't think there are any surprises here. We talked about some close voting earlier in the 3-year-old pacing colt ranks. No close voting for the older male pacer. And I think it goes without saying, we'd like to congratulate the connections of Bulldog Hanover, your 2022 older male pacer. This was certainly racked up headlines, and very deservedly so. There are few superlatives left to describe Bulldog Hanover's 2022 campaign that have yet to be said. The 4-year-old son of Chateauplay was recently honored, as we discussed, as this year's Stan Bergstein Proximity Award winner, the sport's highest honor. With what Bulldog Hanover accomplished this season, however, he does stand alone. Bulldog Hanover ended the Grand Circuit season as the number 1 ranked horse in the final 2022 Hambletonian Society Breeders' Crown poll. He took over the top spot in Week 6 and remained there the rest of the year. Bred and consigned as a yearling by Hanover Shoe Farms, Bulldog Hanover was raced by Canadian trainer Jack Darling Stables until midway through his 3-year-old season, when Brad Grant purchased a share of the horse. Bulldog Hanover won 14 of 21 starts at 2 and 3, earning more than $700,000, but the best was still yet to come. The Bulldog, as he was affectionately known all season, won 14 of 16 starts throughout the 2022 season and was the North American sports top money winner by far, banking more than $1.6 million. He served notice something spectacular was on the horizon when he became only the 3rd horse in history to pace a 146 mile in the Roll with Joe. He followed that with a world record equaling performance with a 146-1 triumph in the Graduate Series Final. But it's the William Houghton Memorial that will forever be etched in the history books. Bulldog Hanover, with Dexter Dunn at the controls, lined up behind the gate and stopped the clock in 145-4 to become the only pacer to ever break that 146 barrier. And the Bulldog continued to roll. After being the only horse to record 4 straight miles in 147 or less, he used a devastating 25-3 final quarter mile to triumph in the Dan Patch before tying the stakes or track record of 146-4 with a win in the Canadian Pacing Derby. Bulldog Hanover returned to Hoosier Park in style when he bested the all-age track record by nearly a full second in the Hoosier Park Pacing Derby to record his 10th straight win. His next appearance in the Dayton Pacing Derby, he won being tipped 3 wide after being parked for most of the mile. Bulldog Hanover's next appearance was a second-place finish to Allywag Hanover in the Alleridge Pace and a world record equaling mile, but his reputation was not tarnished in defeat. He rebounded in a big way by reigning victorious in the Breeders' Crown in 146-4, lowering One the West record of 147, established in 2009, and equaled his own Canadian track record. Bulldog Hanover concluded his illustrious career with another stakes record in the TVG Open Pace. The final time of 147-3 lowered the previous stakes record of 148, first set by Sweet Lou in 2014 and equaled by Mick Wickett in 2018 by 2/5 of a second. Now standing at Sealster Farms, where he bred 79 mares last year, Bulldogs Hanover's sublime season captivated not only those in the sport, but generated buzz around the world. The horse established his position in harness racing history not only for his exceptional speed, but for his captivating charisma. We'd like to congratulate the connections of the 2022 older male pacer, Bulldog Hanover. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our 6 divisional award winners for the pacing side of things. We'll quickly go back through those in case you missed at the top of the show. We kicked it off with the 2-year-old filly pace. Those congratulations went to Sylvia Hanover, owner Hudson Standardbred Stable Incorporated, trainer Sean Stacey, breeder Hanover Shoe Farms Incorporated. The 2-year-old colt pace went to Stockade Sealster, owner Sally McDonald and Paul McDonald, trainer Dr. Ian Moore, and breeder was Sealster Farms Incorporated. The 3-year-old filly pace went to Treacherous Dragon, owners Hot Lead Farm LLC, trainer Brett Pelting and Nancy Tactor, and the breeder was White Birch Farm. 3-year-old colt pacing honors went to Pebble Beach, owners Patricia Stable, Joe Sabraco, Country Club Acres, and LA Express Fodera Deo Valente, trainer Noel Daly, and the breeder was Brittany Farms LLC. Older mare pace went to Test of Faith, owners Melvin Segal, Kentuckiana Racing, and Eddie Gran, trainer Brett Pelling, and the breeder was Frederick Hartrick III. And the older male pacer went to Bulldog Hanover, owners Jack Darling Stable and Brad Grant, trainer Jack Darling and Noel Daly, and the breeder Hanover Shoe Farms Incorporated. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our pacing divisional winners honors. And again, would like to remind you that the Trotter of the Year, Pacer of the Year, and the Harriman Harness Horse of the Year will be made at that 2023 Dan Patch Awards banquet presented by Caesars Entertainment on February 19th at the Rose and Shingle Creek in Orlando, Florida. And I want to encourage everyone to get their room reservations for that star-studded weekend. And you can get on the United States Harness Riders Association's website, which is usharnessriders.com, for more information on the banquet, ticket information, and, of course, location information as well. I want to thank the United States Harness Riders Association for allowing me this opportunity to announce this, being the honor to announce this very special announcement as far as the 2022 season is concerned. I want to thank the folks behind the scenes here at Harrah's Hoosier Park for helping us put on this presentation as well. So on behalf of everyone here at Harrah's Hoosier Park and the United States Harness Riders Association, we would like to thank you for tuning in, and of course look forward to seeing you at the banquet in 2023. This is Emily, live from Harrah's Hoosier Park. Good evening.